What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is Victory Tuesday because the Seahawks did take care of business last night and they got an important win and moved to 5-2. So even though I know a decent chunk of my fan base, a decent chunk of my viewers are a little bit down today because of the loss of another Seattle-based team on Monday night, it's still Victory Tuesday. We're still calling it Victory Tuesday. And at the end of the day, this is a football channel first and foremost. So Victory Tuesday it is, but we gotta talk a little bit about this upcoming week because this week is going to be a little bit different than pretty much every other week that you have during a football season, because the Seahawks are not playing. The Seahawks are on their bye week. And I'm certainly not against a bye week. I've actually advocated for each team getting 2 bye weeks a season. But let's talk about the upcoming week. Be right back. All right, guys, let's take a minute so I can tell you guys about Sleeper. I'll tell you a little secret as well. It's more than just a platform for fantasy leagues. This year, millions of users have enjoyed playing fantasy sports on Sleeper, but there's so much more to it. You have live stats, real-time updates of all stats. You have a news feed with lightning-fast updates on players and teams, and a real-time chat where you can engage with other users about plays, performances, games, all kinds of stuff during the sports season. So download Sleeper, experience it for yourself, and don't forget to use my promo code SBN to get up to a $100 match on your first deposit, and pair that with their new promo that will give you a free $20 entry, no deposit needed. So you can use both of those promos. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states and going. So check out Sleeper today and use those promos. All right, welcome back. So first, I just want to talk about how it's going to be a little bit different this week. We still do have a Huskies game coming up here pretty soon, and we'll definitely get into that a little bit. But now we don't even have baseball. I can't even talk about baseball anymore. So the next week is going to feel a little bit empty, and the week after is going to feel probably even more empty. But I also have a little bit of an announcement to make that I'm going to go ahead and use this video for. I'll go ahead and just kind of give it away right now, though, in a general sense. I am, as of today and going forward, going to be on TikTok. And you can follow my TikTok right here, Seahawks Brendon Nelson. And how much I'm going to be using TikTok going forward, I'm not sure. But this is where you will be able to find me. Okay, so first of all, this upcoming week, the Seahawks don't play next week, so therefore you're not going to see injury reports. You're not going to see any kind of like game preview, of course, because there's no game to preview. And there will probably be a little bit less to discuss because the team is not going to be in any hurry to tell anybody about injury, any injury related stuff or player status stuff. Like, we're not going to be hearing daily updates about where Devin Witherspoon is or where Julian Love is or where maybe Torrey Horton is, because the team is going to not be obligated to talk about that until they get closer to a game day. So you're not going to see a lot of that stuff this week. And then next week, you're not going to have stuff like the snap counts, the Pro Football Focus videos. You're not going to have the Youth Watch, a Pass Rush Friday. You're not going to have any videos discussing the game that just happened because there will be no game that just happened. Now, of course, that week you'll have injury updates, you'll have game preview, because then we'll be getting ready for the Washington game. But understand that we're going to be stretched out a little bit over the next couple weeks. So one thing that I'm going to do, and I wanted to do this last week, but I was still sick. Arguably, I still am a little bit. But what I am going to do this week and next week is really get into some potential trade deadline stuff, because that's coming up. And the bye week is a great week to make trades. You get a player in here, you have extra time to integrate them into whatever it is you're doing. So therefore, the next couple weeks, I'm going to make probably quite a few videos talking about potential trade targets for the Seahawks from these weaker teams in the NFL. And I'm going to go over everything. So, more than likely, what's going to happen is that I'm going to end up touching on a lot of stuff that doesn't really have anything to go on. I'm going to be talking about a lot of possibilities that aren't even really possibilities because I just want to turn over every rock. And hopefully, by the time the next couple weeks are over, I'll have a really good feel for who is potentially on the table to go get for the Seahawks. So that's kind of how I'm going to fill the space over the next couple weeks. I'm going to take a look at a lot of these teams that have bad records, teams that are probably selling, and then I'm going to say, okay, here's what it would take to make a trade happen. Here's the contract stuff. Here's, all the particulars of whether or not a trade can actually get done. Understanding that there's stuff that we as fans just don't get to know about. Sometimes there's just stuff in NFL contracts that we don't find out about until they actually become pertinent. I feel like that's something going on with the Max Crosby thing, where his contract looked untradeable, but apparently it actually is tradable, and we just didn't get to know that until the conversation actually started. Just stuff like that. So it's not going to be perfect, but I do want to turn over all the rocks there. So that'll be something that I do over the next couple weeks. Now, as for TikTok, I've said before I didn't think I was ever going to be on TikTok because the videos that I make don't fit the TikTok formula very well. So I just didn't ever see it working out for me. But long story short, I was actually asked to make some TikTok content this season, and things got kind of jammed up a little bit. Things took a little bit longer to develop than expected, but over the next week, so today's the 21st, from here to the 28th, I'm going to be posting at least 4 videos exclusively to TikTok talking about the Seahawks. It's another good way to give me something to do during the bye week. But the videos that I post on TikTok will only be on TikTok. I'm not going to repost them to YouTube or anywhere else. So if you want to see them, and they're going to be shorter videos, obviously. They're going to be more edited videos. It's going to be a little bit more curated, but they are going to be exclusive to TikTok. So if you want to see those, give me a follow. Again, it's Seahawks Brendon Nelson. Now, after those 4 videos are posted, after those 4 videos are put up, then I don't know. It'll kind of depend on how the videos I put on TikTok do. If the videos seem to catch on and people seem to like them, and it seems like it's going somewhere, maybe I'll keep doing TikTok stuff throughout the rest of the season. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But I can guarantee you that I'm going to post 4 videos over the next week on TikTok talking about Seahawks stuff. So follow me over there. Again, it'll be different from the stuff I post anywhere else. It might cover some somewhat similar ground, but it is going to be different than... It's going to be different videos. Okay, so that's really all I wanted to cover in this video. More videos coming later. We've got plenty of stuff to talk about from that Houston game last night. But that's the news. Upcoming bye week. Hunker down and follow me on TikTok, Seahawks Brendon Nelson. All right, see you guys later. Go Hawks.